Altitude 0 feet. ESC 12.0 volts. 0 amps. 77 Fahrenheit.
Let's set up the telemetry warnings on your NX transmitter as well. Let me show you how. Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Happy weekend everybody. It's Friday night. Doesn't look like much flying for me tomorrow. Maybe. It's been storming like crazy tonight, and it's supposed to be windy and scattered showers all day tomorrow, Saturday as well. So we'll see. But maybe you guys can go. So for the past couple weeks, I've gotten tons of comments, which is awesome, and a lot of video ideas. And one of the video ideas was the person mentioned that when I'm flying my Beaver or other planes that I use the DX9 on, the telemetry reads out, my battery voltage and the temperatures and stuff like that. And this person said, hey, show us how to set that up on a NX transmitter. So I happen to have a NX transmitter, and I'll show you guys how to do that. This is also the same way to set it up on the DX, NX, or the IX transmitters. In the telemetry menu, it's pretty much all the same. There might be a couple little differences, but they're going to be the same. We will set it up on this NX transmitter. The receiver I have it bound to has altitude, and then we have a smart speed control. So we'll set up a couple of various warnings and status reports, they call it. So another thing, guys, hey, a thumbs up, hitting the like button is major. So please do that if you don't mind. Somewhere down on the bottom, a little thumbs up or a thumbs down. Give me one of them. Preferably a thumbs up. So anyways, let's get the demo plane up here and get you guys looking at the screen of this transmitter, and let's do it. Okie dokie. The first thing we got to do is power up our test plane. I've got it bound up to the NX6. Got my foam board demonstration plane. We just have a AR6610T receiver, no AS3X, no safe select. However, it's a telemetry receiver. And then we have a Avian 60 amp smart speed control, all set up for our demonstration.
Altitude, no data. ESC, no data.
All right, so we are bound up. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to delete all those status reports, and we'll set them up together. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe guys. Happy flying. All right, we're still bound up to the plane. Give it a little gas for you. You can hear it and see it all moving. So we're focusing on the transmitter, and you guys want to be able to hear the telemetry. For example, when you're flying, you have 11.9 volts left in your battery, and you want to hear it. So you need to be bound up to your plane, obviously. And in your transmitter, we're going to go down to telemetry. And it's always a good idea to do the auto configuration. So now your transmitter is going to see what the receiver has, and that way they're on the same page. So we'll go ahead and run the auto configuration real quick. And this particular receiver has Vario altitude. We're using a smart battery, so it has smart battery. We're using an Avian Smart ESC, so it has Smart ESC. And then it has receiver voltage and flight log. So let's say you want to be able to hear your altitude and you want to have some different kind of settings. So you're going to roll down till you get to altitude, it was hard to say, altitude, and you're going to hit your roller twice. Now you're in the altitude telemetry menu. And the first choice is the display. On your screen of your transmitter, do you want to see what the telemetry has to say about the altitude? It is active right now. You might come across it where it looks like this at first. The INH is inhibited. So if it is at this setting, click the roller, and now it's active. And this is altitude minimum and maximums. So you can set that however you want. And for example, we'll set it for 9 foot, or 13 is our minimum. And do you want to have an alarm go off if you go below that? Scroll over to where it's inhibited, and you can have a tone if it goes below that 13, or a vibration, or both, or a voice and vibration. Those are the choices. We're going to leave it inhibited. And you can also set the same for your maximum altitude. Now, to get the transmitter to talk to you and tell you how high you are, right here where it says status reports. Right now it's inhibited. So we want to roll the scroll wheel, or select,
Altitude,
and then roll.
3 feet.
Right now it's set at 5 seconds.
Altitude, 3 feet. Altitude, 3 feet.
So obviously, every 5 seconds it's going to go off.
Altitude, 2 feet.
So we'll set it for 30 seconds. Now, you can also go to warning reports and have those set up to go off whenever you want. But you're not going to get a warning report
2 feet.
unless you go below that 13 feet or above the 400, whatever you set it to. Okay? We'll leave it inhibited. So, as of right now, we have our altitude set up to give us a status report every 30 seconds. So now we're rolling the scroll wheel back till we get to back. And we'll go to another choice. We'll go to the Smart ESC. 2 clicks.
Altitude, 2 feet.
Now we're in the Smart ESC menu. The first choice is display. That's on the screen of the transmitter. We have it active. Now you can also leave it, not active, where you won't see it, and you can still set up your voice alerts. But we'll leave it active on the display. And being that we did an auto config and it has a smart battery,
Altitude, 1 feet.
it already figured out that we're using a 3-cell battery, and the low voltage alarm is set for 3.4 volts. And that's because the battery itself is set for 3.4. You can change it, but the receiver just picked up what the battery is set to. So we can go through all these different settings. We can change the low voltage alarm to go off at a certain low voltage. I personally
0
would never, ever, ever fly below 3.7 volts. And right now, if you go below the 3.4, it's set for a tone to go off. Once again, the vibration, voice and vibration, we'll leave it inhibited. Now, we're on our Smart ESC, so this is our maximum amps.
Altitude,
This is a 60
0
amp
feet.
speed control, so I'm leaving it for 60 amps. And it is inhibited as far as a tone or a voice to go off if we reach the max amps. Next is the temperature. We can change the temperature to whatever you want, whatever's best for your speed control and your flying conditions. This is how it came as a default section.
Altitude,
setting.
0 feet.
And you can change the number of poles in your brushless motor. and your ratio. That way you can see the correct RPMs on your screen. But we're talking about having the transmitter talk to us for the status reports. So right now the status reports are inhibited. So we're going to roll the scroll wheel and select. The first choice is
ESC
5 seconds.
12.6 volts, 0 amps, 79 Fahrenheit, altitude 1 feet. ESC 12.6 volts, 0 amps, 79 Fahrenheit, 0 amps, 77 Fahrenheit. ESC 12.6.
Obviously, it's set for every 5 seconds. So we'll roll that scroll wheel over to 30 seconds as well. And then we're just rolling the scroll wheel back till we get to back. And then back. Let's let it stop.
79 Fahrenheit, altitude, no data. ESC 12.6 volts, 0 amps, 79 Fahrenheit.
Okay, so they're both set for every 30 seconds. So we'll roll the scroll wheel over to see the telemetry. Minimum and maximums. Oh, that's for Vario. Here's our ESC.
Altitude 1 feet. ESC 12.6 volts, 0 amps, 79 Fahrenheit.
Here's our altitude.
Altitude negative 2 feet. ESC 12.6 volts, 0 amps.
I'm going to pick up our test
79
plane. Watch the
Fahrenheit.
screen there. I got it picked up 3 foot off my table. Now setting it back on the table. So that's all pretty cool. Obviously, we would set the plane on our runway or what have you.
Negative 2 feet. ESC 12.6 volts, 0 amps, 79 Fahrenheit.
When you first plug in your plane, that will be a 0 setting. My table moves up and down, and I've fiddled with it a little bit. So that is how you get status reports to talk to you. Telemetry.
Altitude negative 2 feet. ESC
2 clicks.
12.
You roll down to status reports.
0 amps,
Inhibit.
79 Fahrenheit.
Smart ESC, 2 clicks. We have it set for 30 seconds. I'm going to turn it off. Inhibit. Now we'll look at the telemetry on the screen. And nothing is talking to us because we selected everything for inhibited. Now the list of things to have spoken to you on the transmitter is a ton, especially in the NX lineup. There's a lot of choices. I mean, you could set it up to do anything. Every time you flip a switch, it'll tell you what number your switch setting is, what letter your switch is. You can have it set up when you give it throttle, 20%, 30%. You can have it tell you everything. So you can have fun with it. I'll tell you what, we'll go to if I can get to the altitude again, I'll lower the table down. So we're negative. Let me pull the camera back here a little bit. We're negative. Still showing negative. Just for the fun of it, I will turn the plane off and back on, and we'll see the altitude center. So I unplugged it, Now I'm going to plug it back in. Kind of close. Huge difference though. Once again, real fast. Do you want the transmitter to tell you this 0.3 of a feet? In your menu, go down to Telemetry. Altitude, 2 clicks. Status reports at the bottom. Click. The first roll is 5 seconds.
Altitude 1 feet.
And so on.
Altitude 1 feet.
Well, okay. I hope that helped a few of you out, and I hope that give the rest of you guys a little entertainment. And for maybe the people watching this that aren't in the hobby, maybe that gets you going in it. So at least somebody gets a little something. And hey, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. That goes a long ways in the YouTube algorithm. They see people watching the video, but not too many people give it a thumbs up, and then the supercomputer says, nah, I don't think people are into this guy. So they don't promote me to others. So that's the comments, the subscriptions, the thumbs up, all that really helps out yours truly. So, hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. And, do this guy right here. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next videos. All right, guys, hey, thank you. Until next time, you will see me here.